Hi, I just wanted to say a few brief words on week 4. In this particular week, we take a closer look at the British Isles. By British Isles, we're referring here to the two main islands in this group, the island of Great Britain and the island of Ireland. There are a host of other smaller islands around the coast of these two larger islands, but we don't really have time in this course to look at all the smaller islands and their slightly different cultures and slightly different take on religion. So we're going to look at the island of Great Britain, which includes primarily the country of England, Wales, and Scotland, and Ireland, which today is divided into the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. If you look at the three themes that we're following through this course, the main change here is in the areas of church and state and the creation of the other. Religion in the period we're going to look at, which is the Protestant Reformation and on, that is the 1530s and onward, you have a complete reorientation of the relationship between church and state. Prior to the Protestant Reformation, the church, the Catholic Church, had a large degree of influence and even power over the state being, in fact, the king, or sometimes queen, but usually the king. What happens with the Protestant Reformation is that in Protestant areas, the state controls the church. So you have a reversal of power roles after the Protestant Reformation. And that's what you see happening in the British Isles, that the state dominates religion in all of the British Isles, whereas before the Catholic Church had a degree of control over the state. You also see the creation of the other, a group of people who are either a majority of people oppressed by this new state control, or you have the former Catholics becoming the other, where they had been the dominant religious culture. In England, Catholicism becomes a persecuted minority, about 10% of the population, once the Protestant Reformation works itself out over about 100 years. The same thing happens in Scotland. And the same thing, as you'll see in a rather more complex way, happens in Northern Ireland. Southern Ireland is a more interesting and slightly different situation. The majority of the population in Southern Ireland remains Catholic, but is oppressed by the dominant Protestant state of England, which comes to control all of Ireland. So that's what you see here. You see the creation of the other in a very complex way. Sometimes the other is a minority of the population, as in England, Wales, and Scotland, and Northern Ireland, and sometimes the other is a majority of the population, as in Southern Ireland. You do not, however, see any disintegration of religion from daily life. Whether it's Protestant or Catholic, religion is still fully integrated into people's way of life. So the underlying essence of the holy, holy, holy article still applies, but you have different rituals and different habits of religion, but it's still integrated into life. Okay, that's what you're going to be looking at as you read through the rather complex religious situation in the British Isles over this week. Okay?